And then back down we go. Yeah, you're right, Demon. You can't go 5 minutes without having a rebel group causing problems. Rebel scum. Okay. So security officer to talk to. Go talk to them.
I always have a backup plan.
It's always a good idea to check your map. Hulking man dressed in a uniform, marking him out as an officer of the gubernatorial wardens. He's closely monitoring his surroundings as he surrounds the building. Sensing your approach, he whips around, his face going pale, and he offers a low bow. Your lordship, please don't stay too close to the building. One of the terrorists from today's attack has holed himself up in there. He could be JANUS. Okay, well, what's going on here? Red spot, lordship. We got to sweep of the area after the attack. All of the assassins were arrested or neutralized except for one. He sealed himself inside. So it injured 2 wardens who tried to reach him, but there's no need to worry. He'll poison him and clear the last dregs of dirt from the estate. Another question, officer. Why have you not already done it? The rogue trader is here, and the longer you delay, the more you put his life needlessly at risk. Here's an excuse for your lordship. Barrels of poison were only just delivered, but we're ready to begin now. I want to talk to the person inside. Are you sure? It's not exactly safe. You want dare to question me? Piss off. You don't take me alive. Better put a bullet in my brain and let the governor's dogs get their hands on me. But it's a high, boyish voice. I am Eisenlorn, rogue trader and sovereign of this planet. In the name of the Emperor, open this door. Do you think I'm an idiot? Take your lies and choke on them, you and your damn mistress. Pick the lock. Well, I tried to convince him. It can't be. The rogue trader. The young man, practically a boy, falls to his knees and stretches out his bloody hands towards you. His clothes are burned on one side, with grimy with baked in blood. Your lordship, have mercy. You are sovereign of this planet, only you have the power to save us. Youth in a time of recklessness. I heard that it said more than once in the Scholar Progenium during my novitiate, but youth is also a time of directness. Let us listen to this young man before we judge him. Save you from what? From Governor Viat. Everyone knows that she's doing to us. We put up for a long time, hoping somebody would intervene and help us. Nobody ever did. She's turned the whole world into a slaughterhouse. People are rounded up like groks from the settlements, supposedly go to the palace and they're never seen again. Her servants pour something over the fields and people lose their minds. They start hearing voices and seeing evil spirits, and while we're dying, she's sitting behind her white walls, feasting on our bones. I was taught that peasants have a tendency to exaggerate their suffering due to sloth and weakness of spirit, but this young man, vermilion thorns pierce every centimetre of his body, and grey shackles bind his hands, feet and neck. There are no lies in his words, only terror and desperation without end. Who is behind the rebels? Your lordship, I beg you, don't ask me that. I can't settle my brethren, it's over for me, but the others, I won't betray them. Let me first try and talk about evil spirits. Yes, others are going feral, attacking their loved ones, and then there's people saying in some settlements, well, they stopped upholding law altogether, imperial law and the law of basic human decency. People are turning into animals. There will be no end to the war on this planet until I get a handle on the situation, but to do that I need to meet with your leader. As long as you keep your word. I've never been in their camp, none of us have. Only the chief saw one person from their base. He came a few times, bringing weapons and orders. He said he represented a greater force than we could imagine. And he said that the governor's dogs will pay for their reprisals in the settlements, but that's not where they're hidden. They keep their distance from ordinary folks. We have it all worked out, so if anyone gets caught, the others aren't caught with them. But I swiped the chief's vox. I thought, after I killed the governor, I could use the message coordinates to find the base and hide out there. That's everything I know, your lordship. Get up and come with me. I give you my word as a rogue trader, you will live. Your lordship, thank you. Thank you for this kindness. I never thought I'd survive this. Your lordship, I am a brave it. Please allow me to get rid of this rat for you. This man is under now my protection. See to that he is held safely in custody until his fate is decided by a fair trial. Ooh. This man will serve JANUS yet. Consider advise and see to it this rebel is made to be a useful servitor. Oh god. Oh. I mean, I'm going mainly iconoclast, but I don't think it should be entirely free to go, but I can decide his fate with a fair trial. With the deepest respect, your lordship, it will be done. Yeah. You better not die under your custodianship. 10% tech use? What? Well, I'm gonna try it anyway.
What a shameful failure.
Multi-charge.
Duty prevails.
Well. When subtlety fails, it's time for explosives. Right, so we've dealt with that little thing. We can probably go talk to whoever this is. Attilius Quint. A stooped man wearing a cloak of the Adeptus Administratum is reviewing information on a data slate while quietly whirring mechanical arms fill a long scroll with writing. Upon noticing you, the man stretches his thin lips into a smile and deferentially bows. The light in the eyes of the service skull hovering over his right shoulder gently pulsate. Your lordship, what an honour is it to address you in person. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Attilius Quint, Prefectus of the Officio Agricolte. I will preserve the record of our conversation forever. What record of our conversation? What do you think of Governor Viat? The governor is a superb leader. She possesses an excellent grasp of all matters and never uses an incorrect form for a given situation. I pry into her personal affairs, but if I may speak plainly, a lady who fills out paperwork with such finesse can be a bad person, in my view. What do you have to say about the governor's helper? To be honest, your lordship, I find her presence most distressing. Of course, I would never gainsay the wisdom of the governor, but who, if not she, could perceive the true worth of a person? Even that person is a mutant. Moreover, her particular abilities could be an interesting subject of study for the Magus biologists. That elongated head shape, those eyes, judging by the skull that was given to me to send on footfall. Such development of lordnesses on Janus is not a quirk of nature, but some kind of inheritable trait. So she might not be a full Eldari then, she could be part. What skull are you talking about? Most remarkable item, must say, a true anomaly, one moment. Here it is. I believe the finished piece was intended to be given as a gift to the governor, but under the current circumstances, I doubt I will be able to send it to footfall anytime soon. Adequately preserved, it's a pity that it's empty inside. It could have been a proper silver skull herald for the rogue trader, unorthodox. Repulsive barbarism. I'll keep it. I mean, yes, of course, undoubtedly. Whatever you wish, your lordship, it will raise your spirits of the recent incident. Strange skull. What are your duties? By the grace of the God Emperor, I oversee the administrative apparatus on the planet and serve as secretary. I am also responsible for the logistics related to supplying the planets of the Von Valencius dynasty and the timely payment of tithes to the Imperium's official collectors. Speaking of the Von Valencius dynasty, when were the shipments sent? Oh, your lordship, our supply shipments are all in order. All food systems and other items are ready for export and simply awaiting the arrival of the transport ships. However, given the current circumstances of the planet, Janus could not provide even one tranche more than what I has already prepared. I expect the situation will be rectified in the near future. When did the collector ships last come? Oh, your lordship, I must confess that as yet I have not had the pleasure of filling out a sacred teeth protocol form, as the last Imperial ships to come here did so under my predecessor. Come to think of it, it would have been several decades ago. I do hope the logisticians responsible for such an unforgivable oversight lose their heads over this. That's enough. Tell me about Janus, what's happening on the planet? Alas, your lordship, the rebellions have caused us too many problems in recent times. The rebels are interfering with the established process, interrupting supply, sabotaging the serfs' work. Few nobles have even been killed, and worse of all, some of the victims occupied important administrative posts until their replacements pass the checks or complete all their induction forms and go through the official appointment procedure. Important paperwork is going unsigned. It's a bureaucratic catastrophe. The absence of required signature is, of course, the most horrifying thing about the situation. Indeed it is. Financial reports, logistics directives, way bills for food shipments without the signature of the most respected and now deceased head of House Sakaris. Shipments to settlements in Aegis 24 have been stopped. The heirs are still dealing with the transfer of holdings. The incoming reports tell us that a quarter of the workings in the affected settlements have already died of starvation, while most of those remaining have left the perimeter and not yet returned to their designated places. If things continue in this vein, I dare not even imagine what it could lead to. There are worlds that are ravaged by war for generations. Generations, your lordship, like that deranged planet by the name of Star, so close to our own peaceful system. The inhabitants there supposedly live under the pressures of Road Trader Windscale. I shudder to think what is created there. I want to know details. Where have the rebels struck, and how? Of course, I would like to furnish you with all the information I have. In the last few months, 15 organized attacks and 7 terrorist attacks have been perpetrated. Irrigation equipment has been sabotaged in agrarian sectors 3 to 5, transport routes 2, 7, 4, 13, and also... I suppose I won't tell you much, please. The fussy gesture, he presses several buttons on the data screen and 3-dimensional map with coordinates of the attacks appearing in Cogitator. Logic test succeeded. The data is superbly collated and the map clearly displays the actions of rebels. At first glance, there seems to be no logic to their campaign, but after analysing the data and the features of the terrain, you notice a clear system indicating geographical patterns to their attacks. Who is directing the rebels? Does anyone know? The rebels are well armed and well trained. What's more, the governor's advisors are inclined to think the instigators of the rebellions are very familiar with the planet's terrain and climate. My ordnance are going through registration records day and night, looking for individuals who have completed military training, but we saw by unable to identify the scoundrel. What are you doing to combat the rebels? Our security services are tracking those who support the rebels, and our regular wardens are wiping out those saboteurs without the slightest mercy, but they keep on appearing. My scribes are being run off their feet, keeping records of all the public hearings and executions, but I'm confident the governor will find a solution soon. What do you know about the attack on the state? Disgraceful incident, simply disgraceful. I cannot believe these scoundrels would dare come so close and to drag the nobility into this as well. If they penetrated the estate, that means they had help from some worthless servant or other. Security is currently questioning the servitors, but the culprit has not been found yet. Rebels sound like you're Darth Vader. Yes. I must take my leave. Right, so there's the void ship, maintenance room, mansion. Ooh, loot. Always check the loot. I also want to talk to Eulette. I'd like to find her first, but... Oh. What's over
Is
here?
there money to be made?
Old servant. Hearing your footsteps, the elder servant grabs an injector and stabs it into his arm. The area around them immediately starts turning back. You're too late, the dogs. I am the master of my own fate. It's you, your lordship. The God Emperor must have brought you here. I beg you, help the rebels and save Janus. He doubles up, hugging himself, and is racked by coughing that leaves his lips wet with blood. Forgive me, your lordship, if only it was you. My eyes deceived me. A little time now, but I swear I'll tell you everything. Nerve toxing, the immobilization of vital functions expected in no more than 60 seconds. Say whatever it is you want to say and be quick about it. In the name of Golden Throne, your lordship, show mercy on the humble workers, assaulted Janus, save them. With sense of Yat, the untouchable governor and leader of his nobility, is creating something monstrous behind closed doors. She uses the Imperial's interests as a smokescreen and purports to be a scholar. But her actions are poisoning our planet. Do you know that the settlements that fail to pay their duties on time are being allowed to pay with people instead? They even deliver them to order, sometimes old folks, sometimes children. I've seen those people, I've seen them being delivered to the estate, and when they're never seen or heard from again, they go into the secret rooms and don't come out again, your lordship, ever. Parents who were taken to Europe 5 to serve Houselia were never seen or heard from again either, become loyal servants and toil for the good of a great dynasty. Why should they ever return to their filthy, squalid abodes? What secret rooms? Hidden chambers deep within the palace. I've never been inside. Thankfully, the servants who are allowed in, the ones the governor's trusts, they change. She changes them, pretties them up, defiles them. You accuse the rogue trader appointed governor of heresy. If your words are false, they will themselves are tantamount to heresy. But if it's true, then your sacrifice will be to credit my good man. I swear I'm not lying. Pray for me, holy sister, for me and for Janus. I am not sure I'll last enough to answer all your questions. guess I've only got one more chance. Unless it's just like while I'm waiting to decide, it just goes ugh, and dies. What else is going on? I'll tell you exactly what I've told by the people who contact me. Those thieves, the settlers already switched to paying with people. They say that the amenable settlements get special treatment from the governor's dogs. They arrange for medicine to supply the settlement, then security, and then they completely isolate them. All contact between those inside the settlement and the outside world is cut off. One lad managed to get out. He's the one who told me all this, that the people are rotting alive in there. Strange growth, yellow eyes, stinking like dead bodies. Oh. Nurgle's here, eh? The worst looking ones are rounded up and taken away. The fellow who escaped, he seemed fine, but with a couple of days the rails picking up, he started seeing monsters instead of people. They had to lock him up away from the other folks, the poor sod. Then his wrists. Your Lordship, if you permit a dying man to make one last quest, don't tell anyone I was the one who unlocked the doors. If you do, they'll go after my family, my home. I'll keep you a secret. Please save us. Save JANUS. Well. He's dead. So there's a conspiracy afoot. Ah, there's a tech priest.
Success is an irrefutable certainty.
Finselects. Draped in a red cloak, the Megasus body barely looks human. Wires, shoes, and metal manipulators turn him into a whimsical machine, while implants hide his face behind a sinister mask. The tech priest intimately dictates something in Techniqua lingua to the server skull floating next to him, but at your approach he falls silent, offers a reserved bow. Greetings, your lordship. Lex Mechanic Vingzelex, how may I serve you? Pascal and Lexmanic exchange trills have been out greetings. A series of sounds issued by Vingzelex sounds much longer and more deferential to those of Pascal. I found this in the body of a dead rebel. Can you tell me about these specimens? Your blessing for the examination, Magus. Creeping Creeweed, a typical plant of the Western Hemisphere. We studied the possibility of industrial cultivation, but the process was found to be inefficient due to the specific requirements of the soil, which is found in the right composition only in the archipelagos of the planet. What do you do? By order of the Adeptus Mechanicus, I have been entrusted with the management of the Adeptus Administratum in order to catalog the agronomic data and analyse the information about the planet during the process of subjugating it to the will of the Imperium. Be blessed, Tech Brother, your diligence and the diligence of those like you turns anarchy into order and bestows classification to knowledge. One of Pascal's mechanisms lightly touches the mechanic's body. The Tech Priest bows respectfully in return, clearly a little startled. Tell me about Janus. Initializing report. The planet's soil possesses a unique composition suitable for the re-engineering of the planet and the mass production of foodstuffs, significant cultivation of the Eastern Hemisphere with the aim of improving production, processes and logistics operations, traces of xenoactivity that do not pose an immediate threat to ongoing operations, undesirable pathologies of flora and fauna have been noted which may pose a threat in the short term. Traces of xenoactivity. According to data obtained in the initial survey, ruined structures of non-human origin were noted in different sectors on the planet, but did not have the administrative capacity to study them in more detail. For now, I must defer the quest for knowledge. Lexman speaks last words with distinct envy, his eyes fixed on Nagos. Yep. What pathologies? Genetic and chemical pathologies, your lordship. Harmless species mutate and become aggressive, while plants change their chemical composition and become poisonous. It's happening more and more often. If you do not take action, the ecosystem of the world will be irreparably disrupted. The changes may be artificial. Has possibly been considered that someone is manipulating the ecosystem to reduce our living space? Not at all, Venerable Magos. Our tech comrades from the Magos biologists are humble workers, not warriors. They could not have come up with such a thought of such militant nature. The mind must be open to all forms of knowledge. I order you to commence a check. In the event that your account if the indolence of their minds is confirmed, I will petition them for appropriate penance. Interesting. It's often what seem to be insignificant anomalies like these that lead to greater troubles. How is it going to be dealing with the undesirable pathologies? I've analysed the genome of the affected species and I'm currently developing suppressor genes to make the planet's organisms resistant to pathology, but so far I've not been able to solve the problem. Further exploration of the planet would perhaps speed up this process, but the administrative apparatus has imposed a ban on expeditions that are not directly aimed at improving production. How many servants do Dexter Mechanicus are on the planet? According to the data stored in my cogitator, all infrastructure nodes for food harvesting and processing have their own contingent of technomats. The total number amounts to 253. Correction, based on the latest data, the figure is 211 units. How are things with you and your fellows? Situation on the planet assessed is stable. The process of prospect is assessed as encouraging. All right then. Someone. Oh, it's Urilet.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Iliad Lenevis greets you, Elantark.
The bizarre creature before you on the Vagler represents a typical human. Elongated body, slender limbs, pointed features. Every aspect experience is unnatural and alien.
Regrettable news. This creature is not a mutant as the locals assumed, but a representative of the ELDAR, one of the myriad enemies of humanity. You should not trust this creature. Do not communicate with it any longer than necessary.
There is no need to mutilate my language, monkey. I speak yours well enough to converse with Elantark without a translator. And since you have discerned my path, I will be direct in my speech. My soul is nothing kin to yours. Your kind call us Xenos, as if we are all as one. I came here to protect the Lilithon by assisting the Governor against her enemies. Will you hear me, or be blinded to sense by your precepts?
It's like, I do not converse with the enemies of humanity. Keep your hands where I can see them.
Reckless.
Must I remind you, Master Van Calox, that the warrant endows rogue traders with the sacred right to have dealings with Xenos when necessary? That exceptional memory of yours seems to have let you down.
I have banished the shadow of doubt from your thoughts regarding my nature. Now you will answer my question. Why have you sought me out?
Switch to the Magos in charge of the operations planet. He says something's gone wrong with this world.
The Lilithon is expressing her wrath. For centuries, this world has resisted the brutality inflicted upon it by soulless machines and unmindful creatures. But what the machine man told you, that is something else. Something more frightening. The planet is fighting an evil that has taken root in its very cradle.
The rebel that survived talks about strange experiments being conducted.
I witnessed prisoners being delivered to the rear doors under cover of darkness, but what became of them I know not. And it is not my concern what you humans do to your fellows.
Urilet touches the sparkling gem on her chest as though checking it so that... Yep. Her soul gem, she don't want to lose that.
Elantark, everything you have told me stirs doubt and alarm in my soul. I must take time to contemplate. Do not disturb me further.
Okay. I do want to disturb you further though, because you didn't answer all my questions. Okay, there's maybe a little bit more up this side. Maybe not. There's more in this area that I haven't explored.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
Sparkling wine and other beverages from a fountain outside. Oh. Me and Cassia. Look, we can get down to the water this way. Could we perhaps take a brief detour for a closer look?
We should deal with this.
Sorry, Cassia. Even though you're the one that's going all the way up to... Well, never mind. Forgive me so boldly stealing away from the others. I just simply wish to spend just a brief moment on the breathtaking nature of this place. In the station's walls, I could never hope to see something like this. A sky or a sea or green leaves. I only knew them from meager memories of my childhood, or perhaps my mind simply made those up. Even my books, my heart and mind's little escape could do little to help me. My scribe grows so used to what surrounds them each and every day they begin to take it for granted. And I think just to write a few lines about it, for me to marvel at the grand canopy of the sky is a true blessing. Pick a nearby flower. Here's your chance to take a small piece of this place with you. The petals are like velvet, and the fragrance is both sweet and spicy. A fascinating specimen of local plant life. I do not remember seeing it in the great concordance of flora and verdure within the Chronos Expanse recorded by major speleologist Corus Prot. Although I suppose I simply ought to thank you for it. This flower is very beautiful indeed. Ooh, do I move closer and silently taking the view? Yeah, I can try. We'll just set foot in the water. We'd like to try. Step into the sea, me. Nothing to fear, which will let our feet soak a little. Mischievous dashes of yellow and lilac are fluttering in the wind like bands all around you. I've never seen you exude such colours before. How unexpected. And then a sea creature comes and takes us away. The sea is so wet and cold. The tiny pebbles tickle my feet. Cassia's reserved seriousness gives way to genuine wonder. I thought it would be so agreeable and a little startling. Thank you for encouraging me. Cassia catches herself, expression changing in a flash. She gently frees her hand and awkwardly looks away. Move closer and silently taking the view. Cassia relishes every breath of fresh air, her eyes half closed, listening to the sounds of birds hidden from view by the treetops. With the tips of your fingers touched lightly, Cassia starts, but does not remove her hand. Several minutes pass in a timid silence like mere moments, and eventually she pulls away. This place eases the soul, wouldn't you agree? Oh yeah, there's romance in this game. Already? Yes, of course. I think I know what my next painting will be.
My Auspex has detected something.
Ooh. Chartist pendant. Hey Mustard, you alright? Yeah, I'm trying to get with Cassia. Is there anything else?
To the top or get left in the dust.
Lore of Imperium?
I always get the job done.
Half abandoned, cannot smell any burnt incense in the air. Not very keeping this place together. Anyway, so world shapers. So I think I'm gonna go to the bridge. Yeah, scan the planet. So back to the ship.
I always keep my options open.
Oh. Elantak. As you once sought my help, now I'm seeking yours. The time has come to dispel the final shadows on our path. I've hidden the truth from you. I know a great deal about those who are disturbing the peace of the local ruler. I also know where they are hiding. Allow me to show you the way on the condition you bring me to them. I don't think the rogue trader needs your revelations right now, Xenos. That is even assuming you're not lying now as well. What an unexpected and suspicious revelation. Perhaps my mission does sound like that, but please believe one thing. What repels me now is much more important than my earlier silence. Everything you have discovered, everything you have learned from your kind, they all traces the same calamity. Calamity that would eclipse all the strife and wars on the face of this world. All the signs were plain to see, but I was here, and the monkey failed to recognize the coming storm. Please follow me, Eisenlorn. You must, if this world truly matters to you. If one of the Imperial's worlds are in danger, so be it. I will follow you. Let's go, Elantark. I pray to the gods we are not too late. I think, yeah, I have to take Irelit with me. Who do I bin? Well, considering that Heinrichs hates the Xenos that much, maybe he should be left behind. So things are mostly fine trying to keep a playthrough on YouTube, but there isn't enough hours in a day. True. And I have got more to upload. Quite far behind on YouTube, to be honest, for Rogue Trader. But I am going to get there. And then obviously we have, what, 5 hours plus worth of content that I've been streaming today as well. A lot. Right, we're leveled up. Master Tactician sets a 3x3 zone on the battlefield. All allies, including the Master Tactician, that have line of sight to enemies inside the selected zone make an immediate single attack against a random enemy in the zone that they can target with their weapons. Or is that it then? Okay, have I got to do like all her skills? Or is she just... I think it'd be bounty hunter, wouldn't it? Shooting. Piercing shot. You're pretty far behind. I'm pretty far behind on YouTube. Like episode 5 or 10 or something. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I do appreciate you trying to get through it. Gruesome kill. Wild hunt. Bounty hunter assumes to make several attacks. Number of attacks equals number of prey in combat. Oh, she's not really combat, is she? Not that she can't do melee. Eldari are known for that too. Till the next turn, the Vanguard attacks each enemy. This one's kind of a... don't really get much. It just does what it does for me. Grand strategy excludes one combat tactics area. Every ally gets an additional turn with 1 AP and 2 movement points. Any minion that's killed. The additional AP is increased by +1 up to a maximum of 3. Additional MP is increased by 2 to a maximum of 6. You gained a 2nd tier doctrine achievement. So with Irelit here, she can use this immediate thing. She won't want to use the Drukhari Clave. I think she'd be very upset if I gave her a Drukhari Clave. But at least I've given her... yeah, she can't even use any of, like... unless I give her Xenos stuff that I might get eventually. I've got a Herald Servo Skull.
I always have a backup plan.
A soldier would have been disciplined for such a performance.
Okay, some rebels. Rebel.
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
I will take you down.
To stop and lower your weapons. Why would you say that? Now I've got 2 snipers in the party. I don't really know, like stand up here I guess. Cassia, I want to see what Urilit does. Give me a shot. Oh, there's a sharpshooter rebel over there.
I understand your intent.
You'll be my prey. Right, Pascal.
Request approved.
Oh, why does it do that? I should have moved. Okay, here let's turn again. Yours attacking the target at the start of our next turn cannot miss.
This tedium is beneath me.
Use cover efficiency. Perfect spot. And then I'll use the in my sights. Can't miss.
Just a minor setback.
Argenta.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Burn them.
Eradicated.
Oh, correct. Lovely.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Stand a smouldering corpse. Who do I want my target? Oh, there's a combat servitor.
I'll do it.
Didn't flinch.
He's got a melter probably. Looks like a multi-melter. Alright, my turn. Who do I want to shoot then? Urilit's probably going to kill the sharpshooter rebel, but I might need to help her. Maybe kill one of these random rebels.
I'll see to it personally.
Or miss.
I'll make it happen.
Yep.
On it.
Gotcha. Okay, so I can choose Firearm Mastery or I can do Orchestrated Firestorm. But I won't do it. I could give Finest Hour to Abelard. We know how much we like giving Abelard things to do. Like killing everybody.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. If I may.
Pascal might have to deal with that on his own. give you a let to go. I want to see what this does. Oh. Wait. How do I do it? I pick a cell. Okay, I don't really think that works.
I am not your Xenos pet. No weakness is hidden from my sight.
Okay. I'll wait on the fire tower. Oh, that's a melter gun. Alright, Abelard, I believe you're going to be the one that starts trundling down the hill. It's not going to do anything.
At your beck and call.
Good job, I can charge.
I will do my duty.
Ow. Right, Pascal. Oh. Excellent. Right, you want to get out of the way now. Oh, you can't get out of the way because when you attack, you stop moving. Okay. Line of sight in this game sometimes is just mental. Right, here, let's finish off that guy, please. Or just miss. Great job. I can't hit them both.
Doubt is for the weak. Each strike is a prayer. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Here it comes. Alright, it's my turn. What do I want to do?
I'll make it happen.
I dodged it. Of course it did. Okay, Abelard. Is it now? You're a bit too far away. Still can't do it, but damn it.
As duty demands.
I should allow Pascal a bit of grace.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Can you at least kill that sharpshooter?
I hear you
Yes.
moving. No more.
I'm afraid not.
Voice of command. Some animations are not working, but you can shoot. I think you are. You're just gonna make Abelard man angry.
Indeed.
Shame I can't hit again with anything. I mean, I could use the Daring Breach. Might be worth
We'll
it.
rule the stars themselves. Grey hair, sure hair.
Down to 2 health.
Victory is imminent. It will be done.
Bonk.
I'll see to it personally.
Set him on fire. Alright, Pascal, do you want to get out the way? Although you're kind of... I think you're actually in a good spot. Because I don't have Heinrichs, I only got 1 fighter.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Request approved.
Do need to kill that combat servitor.
If it serves your cause, I deal death with my hands.
Insta death. Oh, I can shoot again. What? What's
I
unusual?
am not your Xenos pet, Monty. I hear you moving. No more.
Lovely. Oh. Ow. This servitor I just don't have any damage against it.
I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless. I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
Right. Get into cover.
I'll make
Shoot
it
that
happen.
rebel.
Another enemy down.
Do the run and gun.
Consider this a taste of what's to
Ooh,
come.
42 crit. Right. I need to see to be able to give the order.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. I'll show you why navigators are feared.
I will do my duty. You attack.
Oh, Abelard. You are amazing.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
I like Thunderhammers.
It will be done. Grey hair, sure hand.
Right. Then we need to deal with this
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
cutthroat rebel.
I prefer painted black. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Okay, apparently just its cover.
Target well struck.
Try to leave. Gas cloud grenade.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Victory is imminent. I took care of this one.
I think I'm going to need to move myself as quickly as possible back.
I'd rather not.
What's this? Uh-oh. It's Eldari Guardians. Right, I'm gonna have to go in and start hitting him with the Omnicyan Axe. Well, he needs a bit of percussive maintenance.
My vow is to serve. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Do you think Yurlit's gonna be upset about me attacking other Eldari? Well, maybe she purposely misses. Oh!
We're at a tactical disadvantage.
Well, that hurt.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Don't think I'm even in range to shoot any.
Doubt is for the
I'm gonna
weak.
hit, mind.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
Help with this servitor.
Me, if you insist, Lord Captain.
Request combat is an equation. Your life is a negligible variable.
I am really gonna need to give Abelard a ring. Like, hey, I can lift the stair. I mean, I don't want to because I'll hurt Pascal, but
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
there's an Eldari Guardian right beside me. No, I can.
At your beck and call. One fewer target. Follow my lead.
Deal with them later. There needs to be more help over here. I can't even hit you, can I?
Suffering is part of the trial.
Getting more Eldari. I'll just skip it. I don't. There probably is more Eldari. No? Well, I'm sure it wasn't important. Maybe.
Running binary override. The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all.
Right. Get you eventually. Right, here, let's. Are we able to shoot anything from there? Yeah,
I
you are.
approach the designated position. If it serves your cause.
Isha, heal my wounds.
I understand your intent.
Get your shuriken cannon away from me.
As the Emperor
1%
commands.
chance to hit.
I'll do it. Rejoice in battle! As the Emperor commands, I act.
A pitiful attempt.
Right, can I see it?
If I may.
In my gaze. Give
Isn't
Pascal
this a job for the
a bonk.
serfs?
Running binary vulnerability analysis successful.
A 10 crit. Right, Abelard. I think you need to go there and then charge.
My place is at the fore. I will do my duty. At your beck and call.
Nice.
Victory is imminent.
And I think I've locked it down so it will actually be able to have a turn. I don't think it's worth using the momentum on that.
If I must. My hands.
Well, you killed
Just designate a
one of
target.
your kind. I'm sure you were very happy to do that. Oh, I missed.
Power resides in the will of the righteous. I'll do it.
Yep. Is it saying dodge or what? What's going
I
on?
refuse.
Argenta! Dodged it.
Be careful not to cross my gaze. I am a navigator, not a
Isha,
servitor.
heal my wounds.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
You cannot force me, Elantark.
Not enough ammo. Well, what use are you then?
At your beck and call. Grey hair, sure hand.
Not only high dodge. Well, I'm not even sure it was saying it dodged. It was just didn't do anything.
Flesh betrays me.
Who even taught you to fight like this?
Oops, I pressed the wrong one. Sorry, Abelard. Am I bleeding? That's not good.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
A pitiful attempt.
Burn.
That is not the Emperor's will. Faith without deeds is worthless.
My spirit fades.
Oh, he's dead. Oh yeah, he's a smouldering corpse.
As duty demands.